Let me introduce our panelists this evening. In fact, I'll introduce them as COVID heroes. Father Rajesh, who's a priest and a COVID volunteer in Bengaluru. On the broadcast this evening, Lieutenant Akshay Mandlik, who's the HOD School of Social Work, St. Joseph's College. I have Imran Hayat, who's a citizen volunteer live from Bengaluru, and Samarth Prakash, who's also a citizen volunteer from Bengaluru, joining us on the broadcast. Now, the reason we brought them all together is because we received some visuals and some pictures of Bengaluru. And we saw that in many cases, and I'll start with Father Rajesh. Father Rajesh, I'll play those pictures of, we're hearing of stories where people are not even, there is a sort of stigma, bodies lying at homes, and your group and volunteers having to step in and help. How many people have you been able to help so far? How many bodies have you helped? How many people have you buried? How many, how many times have you had to step in? Father Rajesh. Unable to hear you, Father. I think you may have muted your audio. You may have to unmute yourself. Yeah. Yeah, you can, I think we can hear you now. Still unable to hear you. Still unable to hear you, Father. I think we'll just, yeah, I think, your audio is muted. Let me just go put that question to Lieutenant Akshay Mandlik. Akshay, how many people have you been able to, how many calls do you get, and how many burials do you do in a day? And why is it that you see people are not willing to step in sometimes in these cases?
Hi Niranjan, firstly thank you for putting us on live. We have about, I think on an average in a day, about 15 to 20 bodies that go into burial. And I think there are some specific, I think one of the main reasons why people are not coming forward is because of certain myths about the virus itself. I mean, if they know that someone's contracted a virus or someone is even asymptomatic, they just want to stay away from the person who has got the virus, or even just knowing about they having someone in the family with the virus, they seriously don't want to intervene. I think we've been dealing with about, I think in the last week, about 80 to 90 bodies is something which we've been carried on our shoulders, lifting them up, and from even packing to putting down into the final place where they're supposed to be. I think taking precautions is, I think, something very important, but it's really sad to see that people are not coming forward, and it's a little turn off to see people really not being there in the forefront. But I'm really grateful that the Archdiocese are doing an excellent job. There are volunteers from various different fields. I mean, there are working classes, there are students, there are simple, normal volunteers who are coming in to help. There are about 15 to 20 of them who are there on daily basis, getting these bodies up from carrying them. I mean, the most difficult part is actually getting the body to the burial site, because there's no proper place to walk, and you have to carry them. So that's the most difficult part. And of course, the family members at the last part, I mean, the ritual is basically they want to see the face of the body, and because these are contracted with the virus, it becomes even more difficult for us to still maintain that protocol and yet make sure that the dignity of the person who has passed away, keeping that integrity also is very crucial and very difficult to handle the emotional aspect of it.
Yeah. Let me take that question to Father Rajesh. I think his audio is through now. Father, how many calls do you get, and why did you decide to do something like this? Obviously, like Akshay said, there must have been some trigger, and people, in some cases, we are being told that even families are not willing to sort of step in and even help out their own loved ones in some cases.
Yes, thank you. Actually, we started this mission from the first wave itself in the month of July, and we have been continuing doing it, and we see that people are not being given a respectful, dignified burial too. And therefore, we took the initiative forming a team of members, calling it as Here I Am, initiative from Archbishop from the Archdiocese of Bangalore, a group of people, irrespective of their religion. There are lot many volunteers, and also we are helping out everyone for burials and cremations too. And even now, every day, almost we get 30 to 35 burials that we do, and some cremations, and also with the volunteers, it will be sometimes late evening, 9, 10 o'clock also. And one of the things is that what we are trying to do is that this gives a consolation to the family members helping out, because most of the time the whole family would have been positive and they'll not be able to step out of the house. In that situation, the body will be laying in the hospital. Sometimes people die at home itself because of the positive and not getting the bed. Right. During that time, we try to help them out, that we give our consolation and solidarity of coming together and helping them out for the dignified burial.
Yeah. And in many cases, we're seeing how citizens are having to step in because of the sheer number of cases and the burden on the infrastructure. Hospital beds not available. And let me take that question to Samarth. Samarth is part of such initiatives in Bengaluru. In fact, tell us about how many requests you get in a day and how do you help people? What do they want and how difficult is it to get a bed? How are citizens helping out at a time like this, Samarth?
Thank you, Niranjan. In fact, we are a bunch of volunteers. Basically, we are school friends who have joined together, trying to help patients and the attenders get a bed. And we follow what the government has instructed us, calling up the necessary numbers, necessary calls, and try to get them a bed. And it's literally impossible because the government is choked. They do not have beds which are free. They struggle for beds. We call up from morning till night. At times, when we get a bed, the patient is no more. So those are the kind of bottlenecks that we suffer with. There's no transparency when it comes down to allotment of beds. We don't know where the beds go, and we are literally struggling here.
Yeah.
And we are just trying to help the citizens who are at the end, connect the dots. And we get all kinds of requests which comes down to beds, medicines, and also maybe burials. And here we have a team of other people who are helping out in food for that matter.
Yeah. Let me take that question to Imran because, Imran, you spend your entire day helping people, giving them, distributing food and water. We saw some of those pictures as well. So what's the situation when there's a lockdown, for example? We've seen how destitutes, the homeless, of course, needing whatever help they can get. And how many people do you reach out to? And in some cases, you said that even at hospitals, policemen needing help. Tell us the situation there.
Yeah. Hi, Niranjan. So basically, we started this initiative after I saw my own grandfather's funeral, which was at Panathur, where we had to basically be there the whole day. And people were just running around for water and food, and there's nothing around. So then again, as someone said, we got a bunch of our friends got together and decided to start this initiative of giving out food and water to all the people who are in the need. And we started this on Saturday. And Saturday we did about close to 200 bottles of water and about 100 packets of biscuits. And today we started with about 200 packets of food, boxes of food with about 200 bottles of water and biscuits. So basically when we go out, we see that a lot of people they're literally more than food, they even beg for water. So outside crematoriums, we can see people, attenders who come for their beloved for cremation. They spend the whole day out there. And there's nothing around where they can go pick up or use. So we thought, why don't we help them out with this? And I think it's a very important thing to do because a lot of people are, apart from this pandemic being there, might even suffer from dehydration or without food.
Yeah. Okay. Let me take one more question with Akshay. Akshay, I think the role of the youth, especially, is being appreciated across India. Citizens having to help out. How many people are you seeing come forward at a time like this, and are citizens having to sort of volunteer in many cases?
I think hats off to the youth. I mean, fabulous work done. I know some of my students from college who have been working, of course, with Father here. and they are college students, undergraduate students. There is one student from law, Nelson. He's been doing it from I think from June. He's been volunteering, June, July or something. He's been volunteering, and I mean the mental capabilities of these students is just fabulous. I mean, hats off to them. I mean, there's a girl student, Nicole, who's been day in and day out, who's been volunteering by herself. Her family members are too there. So from the time you come to the graveyard or picking up taking the body out from the vans till the burial, I think they are there in and out full time, with of course taking precautions, and it's super to see. I mean, we have I think just about 45 minutes in the middle to take a break for lunch or something, and I think that time you still have bodies coming in. Some of these students just leave their food, get back into the PPE kits, and they're back into action, and there is no second thoughts about anything. And the best thing is about the respect, and of course you're taking these bodies, the way the respect has been given, and you must appreciate the students, the youth in fact, who are there from all various, I mean they're from all various different fields in fact, and it's superb to see them work, and of course motivates. I mean, I am motivated because I saw one or two of them working, and that's how for the last 1 week I've been working. It's only because of some of these students I have joined this cause voluntary, and it's fabulous, guys. I mean, and I'm sure, I hope, I've been posting these all over my social media. I've been getting messages from all over the country. They want to help, how the youth from different places, because I'm an NCC officer too. There are a lot of other students on their own, they want to come about, and they're asking how they can help. So, I mean, it's fabulous what a small group of people like these can do and motivate others to get into it. I hope others all around can do something like that.
Yeah, and we're seeing some states, mark a rise in the increase in cases, and Karnataka is one such state, in Bangalore, one such city where the number of cases have seen a unprecedented rise in the last few weeks. Let me take one last question with Father Rajesh, because we were hearing, Father, that some of the crematoriums, burial grounds fill to the brim, and how difficult is it a task for you and your team of volunteers to find space or to ensure that you give them a dignified farewell?
Truly, it has become a great challenge for us also. Most of the burial grounds are almost full, and we are trying to request the team, the workers who are diggers, to find some space in between here and there. And sometimes this itself becomes a great burden for us to wait till late evening. Sometimes it goes 9:30, 10 o'clock too, because they also find difficult to find a place for the burial, because most of the hospitals are not willing to keep the bodies in the mortuaries. They just want to vacate them out. And families also do not know what to do. And when they bring the bodies to the cemetery, we are helpless that we cannot send them back. So that's why what we have to do, we are trying to, because sometimes our own team members try to go and dig the places, because they will be fully tired, the workers. Sometimes our own team members goes and dig the grave and try to do the final rites for the person, so that they may be not delayed of those things. And that's what is the greatest challenge is that we are finding very difficult, and there is a shortage of places for the burials. And most of the people with other communities are not so much happy with the cremation. And therefore, we are also finding it difficult for them to convince them to go for the cremation. So they all want to be buried for the burials. So that's why we find very difficult to get them into convinced of, and also about the place too.
Yeah, Father Rajesh, Lieutenant Akshay Mandlik, Imran and Samar, thank you for joining us on this broadcast. And thank you for all the good work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karthik.